fuck?
That's
Not a
like
gun store either.
exactly. That's like you reply to a used car thing or whatever and be like, I don't really have the money for a pickup truck. Hey, do you have any bicycles?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I put in the sale for, a pickup truck. That's why you came over. I think secretly though, you can't get rid of that scorpion. You went there, the guy had a handful of money, and you just said, I can't let it go.
I wish. I wish I loved it enough to keep it.
Mm, It
But it was
it's
good.
kind of
It was about to
cool.
get. The guy was. It seemed like the guy was about to give me $700 for everything. He was like, "Meet me 9 a.m. at Ready Aim Fire," which is a range like 10 minutes away from me, to transfer it. And then 8 a.m. happened the next day, and he messaged me and said, "Oh, my wife got called into work. Can we make it the afternoon?" And then he never messaged me back. So I messaged him and said, "Let me know if you don't want it or you're not interested anymore because there's people behind you or whatever." And he still didn't message me back. Fucking prick.
Mm, It's probably a gun channels watcher.
The guy lives in, he lives near me, like super close. So I thought it was gonna. Usually people want my shit, they're like 4 hours away. I end up having my one local ship it because they only charge me $20.
So you have to go through a store, right?
I have to transfer handguns at an FFL, but the private sale of long guns, you don't have to.
Okay, so is your Scorpion though is considered a pistol, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Oh, well shit then. When the dude was like, do you have any carry guns? You'd be like, what the fuck part of Scorpion pistol doesn't scream carry gun to you?
I thought about it.
Mm,
I was gonna be like, what the fuck? Carry the Scorpion. I
I
know a
have
dude
I
on.
have a link to an instructional video.
Yeah, you fucking put it in your backpack, dumbass.
Listen, it's been well established by internet experts that the Scorpion is a very fine carry gun.
It's even too big for a sub gun. Once you see all the newer, littler submachine guns, it's like big and bulky. It looks cool as shit. That's the only thing it's got going for it.
Right. Well, that's what I was gonna say earlier was the thing's cool, but I could see why it'd be, on the chopping block. It's like it's a neat little toy, but
Yeah, it loses its gimmickiness quickly, quicker than I thought it would. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought it.
like that's the kind of gun you're happy your friend owns. You can take it out and
Yeah,
shoot it every once in a while, but you don't have to worry about owning it.
yep. I let my kids shoot it. I mean, that was cool. They liked it. I'll just have to get another cool gun that's actually worth keeping. I don't know what that would be though, because I don't want another 9 millimeter fake submachine gun that doesn't do full auto.
You don't want to replace it with whatever MP5 or
I don't know if I can pay that much for for basically a metal scorpion. Like I really like them Zenith ones, the Turkish ones. They're really nice. I fucked with one when I was picking up my gray CZ. Some guy was picking it up, and they were fucking. They look. They're like 1,400 or 1,500 bucks. They look and feel 1,500 bucks. But the new HK is like it doesn't have the same bolt as like their old MP5K full auto. It doesn't have the same handguard and muzzle or whatever. But I guess you can change all that stuff out. But that's just more money for some more HK parts, which are fucking expensive.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe SBR one of my Glock 19s.
Uh,
Get a stock for it. Get a couple stocks. They have like that cool little minimalist stock for the Glock that Mac did a Military Arms Channel did a review a few years ago about. It was pretty cool. It was basically like you seen the high power with the stock.
I think so.
It's basically like that, except the stock is like not wood; it's super skeletonized.
I just think like I'm gonna call them, actual pistols with the stock on them. They just look silly to me. I don't get the point.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. But if you put that thing in a Roni, it doesn't look as weird. You know what the Roni is? I think they make them for CZs too.
Uh, is that the thing you just like the gun kind of slides up into it and then it makes
Yeah,
it a
makes the
SPR?
SBR. Yeah, so you can just slap a Glock 19 into any one of those stocks once it's SBR'd, and then you got 33 round factory Glock mags. Can't lose.
Well, while you're at it, get the full auto Glock and SPR that.
I'd have to become one of those SOTs, FFL.
You could do it, right? If you got a transferable full auto Glock.
Oh, if I bought, yeah, like an old one,
Yeah.
they're probably not many.
Yeah, there probably
There's
wasn't many around before '86, right?
probably less than 25.
I mean,
I
I
don't
have
know.
three, but I don't really
I
want
mean,
to
I
part
know
with
there's
any.
a real small amount of actual Glock 18s. I don't know if there was any modded regular Glocks to full auto before '86. So that might be all there is the Glock 18s, and there's like four of them or some shit in the U.S.
Oh, well, like I said, I have three of them, so.
You lucky bastard. Then I hear different people or different articles say that there's zero. There's zero in the U.S., but I know G-Webs did a video with one, so that was one of them in the U.S. I think there's four supposedly.
Yeah,
Probably
G-Webs has one,
expensive.
I have the other three. There you go. Problem solved.
They're probably expensive as fuck, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
You're like, I wonder how much one is. 50 grand. Funny thing is, it probably only cost $80 to make it instead of 75.
Right. Yeah, that's one of those things. The only reason it has value is because of a law. It's not that it's inherently valuable, it's that they can't make anymore. Oh well. I was gonna make dinner, but all my pots are dirty, so I guess I'm gonna go out. How's that for being lazy?
You're doing it right.
I don't have a lot of food anyways. I was just gonna make some noodles and find something to put in it.
Ah, I was right.
What were you worried about? 50 grand?
It says some people have sworn up and down that they've seen transferable ones for sale, and that they were asking about 50K for it. But again, these are just rumors. Non-transferable Glock 18s go for about 800 or so, and can be found on
But
many
how?
NFA and Class 3 websites. What does that mean?
I was gonna say, how can they be
Non-transferable?
non-transferable but they're on sale? As in, you
They're for
have to be.
dealers only?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
They got to be bought and sold by FFL/SOTs. So that's it. 800 bucks. $800 for a modded one and 50K for the real one.
Mm. All because of a piece of paper.
Yeah.
So
What the
that shit
fuck?
can be sold to the regular public. It might go up a little bit because there'd be a bigger demand, but you could also make as many as you wanted.
Yeah. I'd have one. I'd carry one. Just have to learn how to shoot it good in defensive situations. Would it be considered overkill if you defended yourself with a legal Glock 18? Like you just sprayed the guy up. You might get in trouble.
No, I think that'd be perfectly reasonable. However many shots to stop the threat. End of story.
Like he just went and it went like a diagonal up his torso and head. Like 11 shots.
Yeah, that's my cousin this weekend was talking about why people shoot, holding the gun sideways the target, and then just as you keep shooting it, the recoil draws your gun to the left. You draw a nice, neat little line. And I was like, I don't quite think that's how it works, but okay.
I don't. Like maybe it came from a rap video first, and they just started doing it. Though, if you're laying down on the ground on your side, your gun is sideways, but your head's also sideways.
Right. No, there's a reason the sights are on the top of the gun, because that's the part where your eyes look through.
I was thinking about getting them on all three sides for all situations.
Yeah. Oh, you can shoot that way. What was that? I want
Yeah.
to say it was Jerry Michalik did one where he held a gun in each hand, both of them sideways, and shot them rapid fire. But that's a very controlled situation he was doing that in.
Well, maybe you're not dual wielding, but if it doesn't matter, all you have to do is line the sights up. Doesn't matter if it's upside down, sideways, whatever.
Right.
The point is that the people that usually shoot it sideways aren't even aiming.
It's like I try and hold the gun up the normal way, but then that little pokey thing that sticks up the top gets in the way of where the target is. I want to be able to see the target, so I have to move that sideways out of the way so I can see. There's like that one in the back with like the two little dots and the one in the front with the one little dot, and they just get in the way.
What the fuck are those things?
Oh, so annoying.
Decorations?
Diamond studded front post.
I'd get that. I'd get a diamond with a tritium behind it.
Well, what if you had two diamonds in the back and like an emerald up front?
Well, that'd be cool.
I still want to get a different front sight for my CZ. Because I have the night sights, which are cool, but it's like, when I first bring it up, especially like in the dark, I just see three green dots. So I try and line, one green dot up between the other two. And for some reason, almost every time I'm holding it sideways where I have like the rear sight and then the front sight's off to the side, like at the same spacing. I don't know why. I can't get my eyes to do it right.
That's weird.
I guess I'm just in my brain, I'm picturing there should be more space like between the dots than there really are.
Oh, where's my CZ?
I remember Foose was saying he might have his old sight laying around somewhere,
There it is.
but I haven't seen him for a while.
What is it, just a fiber optic?
Yeah, he had a fiber optic one. So, I mean, I guess that would kind of hurt me, I guess, in nighttime, but I'd still have the rear sight, and I would think, if I had like a flashlight or something, then the ambient light should pick up on that fiber optic and just put the red between the two greens and call it a day.
Yeah, that would work, but I don't even see how you're messing the sights up in the dark. Because
I don't know.
if I put the front sight like on the right side of the rear, and I'll have three dots lined up, right? But the two dots, oh, maybe I can see it now. Then you're way off.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, I am. That's my point. Because they're all spaced out equally, as if it was the front sight between the two rears.
No, you just need muscle memory.
Training. Yeah, you have like a, whatever that spacing is, a half inch or whatever, half-inch spacing off to the side as well. So you're really off.
You just need to practice it. Practice it a lot. while your eyes are open and looking at it, and then try it with your eyes closed, and then open it and see where your front sight is.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's true because I do like if it's sitting on a table or something, if I grab it and just pick it up and hold it out, it's going the right way. You know, it's pretty close. But it's just when like I said, it was only when it was like pitch black, I'm just kind of watching these three dots like bounce around, and as I'm trying to get them to line up, my brain's like, no, that's too close together. Move it over more.
You use one eye or both eyes?
I use both eyes. Oh, I try to. I still have trouble with that.
Yeah.
I mean, in a defensive thing, it's like whatever. I mean, I understand that you just kind of point it in the general direction and use the sights if you can, but you don't necessarily have to.
I kind of just squint my left eye, but I can still see everything out of it. And I can focus right on the front sight pretty fast. So
Yeah,
I don't squint it. I don't squint it to where like it's almost closed. I just need to squint it just a tiny bit, and then I can do it both.
Yeah, well, and sometimes when I'm shooting, you know, I'll lose sight of the front sight a little bit, or what happens, I kind of end up going cross-eyed, so I end up having, but whenever that happens, I'll just wink my left eye, like just closing it for a split second is enough that, you know, my right eye picks it up, and then when the left eye opens back up, I'm still focused in on, you know, through my right eye. But yeah, you know, if I could go back in time, if there was one thing I could tell a younger me, it would be to not go cross-eyed. Because I used to not be able to go cross-eyed, and I worked really, really hard, like staring at the tip of a pencil until I could see two of them, and just like worked really, really hard at being able to do it. And now that I go shooting all the time, I wish I never would have learned that skill. Because young me could have picked up a gun, held it in front of me, and I'd have one front sight, focus on it, shoot. Problem solved.
Why are you going cross-eyed?
Because I was a freaking idiot. You know, I don't know. Because when you're in third grade or whatever it was, I don't know how old I was, but like it's cool to make a funny face and go cross-eyed and be like, "Ah, look at my eyes, they're weird." But yeah, that was a skill that I purposefully obtained. I distinctly remember purposefully obtaining that skill, and I wish I never did that.
I remember laughing at the people that couldn't do it, and when they tried to do it, they would just like look left or right or down.
Yeah, see, you were probably laughing at me, and then I was like, "Well, I can't be laughed at." Did you know you were ruining millions of shooters in the future?
I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to make a list and apologize.
Get all of them out and take them out to the range. Yeah, take them all out to the range and then be like, "Listen, I'm so sorry that you can't shoot this very well anymore." Of course, I used to not be able to wink either.
Would you blink both eyes?
So I'm being able to only close one eye at a time.
Would you just blink both eyes?
No, I mean, well, maybe, I don't know.
And then someone's like,
I think
"What are you doing?"
by I just tried to close only one eye at a time. So I probably just like overcompensated and like really squished up my face. And then over time I got to it where I'm like, "Oh, these are the muscles that control my eyes." Okay. You know, it's weird how sometimes like you don't, if you haven't specifically tried to do a certain thing, like your body doesn't know how to make your muscles like which ones to do to do the thing you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And winking is one of those things. Like, your face doesn't inherently know how to only close one eye.
Mine
Maybe some
does.
people do. Mine didn't.
Yeah. Like I'm super ambidextrous with my head, but the rest of my body isn't so much. My left side, my left arm, and left leg, I can't like switch it. I'm not ambidextrous like that, but I can wink either eye or whatever.
See, I could always, now granted, I never played baseball like, super competitively. I used to switch hit before like it really mattered. Because basically the first year that the other team knew like real pitches, because the first couple years where the other team's pitching, which would have been what, we're like around, I don't know, fifth, sixth grade up through middle school, somewhere around in there. The kids just kind of threw it as fast as they could, as straight as they could, and if it was a ball, it's because they just didn't do it right. The first year where they learned the difference between a curveball and a sinker, and like when to purposely throw a ball and when to throw a strike, and like there's all this strategy and shit. Oh my God, dude, I fucking struck out all the time. And at that time, I was playing baseball and basketball. Well, I was like, well, fuck this, dude. I'll just go straight to basketball. Because I grew pretty early. So I was almost 6 foot in 8th grade. I remember it was me and one other guy who was almost as tall as me, like on our middle school team, and everyone else on the team came up to like our shoulders. And that's because we were both tall. It was great because we'd trade off who was center. It didn't really matter. But it's like all the other teams normally had like one tall kid and then like everybody else. So it's like, all right, leaves my buddy. He's being guarded by some short little fuck. So it's like one of us was always open. Whoever they decided to like double team or guard with the tall one left the other one open with the short kid. So the play was stand underneath the basket. Guy comes down, it up over. Who's ever open jumps up, grabs it, and tosses it in the net.
Nice.
I mean, man. We own that league. Our team went undefeated. We freaking rocked everybody. And what was cool, there was a teacher in our school, when the basketball team won, she would bake us a cake. So I got to eat cake like once a week for however long basketball season was. So I think we only played one game a week. And then, I don't know, I didn't play in high school. I probably could have, because my buddy that I was, playing with, he played for our high school team, and I was as good as him, if not a little bit better. So which means if he made the team, I would have been good enough to make the team. But I don't know. At that point, I was just like, yeah, sports are a lot of time. Like once you get high school sports, there's practice like every day after school. And it's like, dude, I just want to fucking go outside and play. I don't want to hang out at school all the time. So I still played basketball all through high school, just not on a team. I just was always playing with my friends on my street. And then junior year, my next door neighbor moved in who was a year younger than me, and he was a big basketball guy. So shit, man, the two of us were out shooting hoops damn near every night. We drove to school together and everything. And the rest is history, as they say.
You never made it to the NBA?
I did not make it to the NBA, considering the last formal basketball game I ever played was in 8th grade. There are not really a lot of NBA scouts in 8th grade.
I'm pretty disappointed. I don't know about Mike that just joined, but I'm pretty friggin' disappointed.
Yeah, I think he joined just to yell at me. That's my guess. But
Well, I never became a pro BMX skater slash skater BMXer. So,
oh yeah, man, I hung out with them kids in high school too. I never had a BMX, but I rollerbladed. I tried skateboarding. Um, I can do a little bit, but nothing near what these other guys could. And it got to the point like they were just so much better than me. Like even like getting around and stuff. Like if we just went like took our skateboards down the sidewalk, like they would be way ahead of me and like jumping over shit and everything, and I'm like falling off onto the grass and stuff. So
nice.
it became not it wasn't as fun. It's like because we're at different levels, they all want to go, you know, down the half pipe and shit. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna bust my ass if I do that. I'm still working on the going straight part.
I stopped skating for so long that the last time I got on a skateboard felt awkward as shit. Like it wasn't like riding a bike. It's not like
Yeah.
once you learn how to ride a bike. That was for sure.
Which even that is kind of weird. You know, I actually just bought a bike. What was that, a couple months ago or something? And I haven't ridden a bike since probably I was 16 or 17. And it was kind of weird. I mean, it did come back, but like I was a little wobbly, and I'm like, I never used to be this bad at balance. Like, what the hell's going on here? So I had to kind of relearn how to ride too.
I can ride any bike in a wheelie with no hands.
Well, yeah,
It's
I
easy.
say I can too, but I'm just saying, like when I first like, okay, this is a cool bike, get on it and be like, whoa, well, it's a little wobbly. Like that first little bit. It didn't take long to kind of relearn it. I'm good now. I've only gone bike riding a handful of times since I got it, and I'm confident in myself. I can do no handed and stuff too.
I
But
never
that first
tried it.
ride, I didn't want to test it.
You should have been going off jumps and shit. I didn't. There was this guy when I was a kid that used to roll around the cul-de-sac with a unicycle. I never tried a unicycle, but it looked hard as fuck. Like I get the two wheel and balance concept, but the unicycle one I just don't.
Well, it's the same. The unicycle is very similar to a bike. Is that it forward motion to keep it upright? Like you know, you can ghost ride a bike if it's going fast enough. A bike will stay upright on its own.
Yeah. I just don't. I think falling off a unicycle would hurt more. Right? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Seems
know.
like you're either getting body slammed backwards or body slammed forward.
Right, but I would think most of the time, as you're like, if you were falling forward, you kind of just put your feet on the ground.
Yeah, but
It's
if you
like
do
a
that, then you get a bike seat in the taint.
yeah, but it's better than the freaking bar of a bike
I
busting your
guess.
balls.
Yeah.
Like just picture falling forward on a bike without anything in front of you. I was like, oh okay, you just fucking stand up, it's no problem.
I want to try a unicycle now. The fuck? Where am I gonna get one? I gotta order
Trade
it
one for the
online.
Scorpion.
Yeah, like a real fancy
Yeah, you
unicycle.
gotta start with the good stuff.
Yeah, like a Scorpion's worth of unicycle.
Yeah.
And I would like it to have 10-speed tires. Like not big, but thin. Not as big as a 10-speed tire, but as thin as one. So it's light.
Oh, look at like a road bike. You mean like the
Maybe.
little skinny ones?
Yeah, yeah. My
Yeah,
friend
see, I was
had them
always a
on his
mountain bike
bike.
guy. Even the bike I just got, it's a fucking mountain bike. I just feel like it's more useful.
My friend had a Elf BMX, and it had aluminum wheels. I forget what they were made out of besides aluminum, but if you bent them up, you just stick them in the freezer and they pop back into shape. And the tires were as thin as a 10-speed tire, and the bike weighed like, I don't even know, some low amount. I can't remember how much light bikes weigh, like 3 pound frame or 1 pound frame. I don't know. It was light as
Yeah.
fuck.
I, I used to work with a guy who he was a big BMXer, and he brought his bike parts into the shop to paint them because we had a little like test booth where we'd spray the paint out like on these like test panels, and then we had a little oven in the office to bake it, and you would check like the color, and sometimes you had to add like little tints here and there to like make the cars look the right color. Anyways, he brought all his shit in one time. We were painting it, and he had like a titanium frame or some shit like that. I mean, it was like you fucking pick the thing up and throw it around the room like it's nothing. Like it was super light. I think nowadays, shit, I think all the frames are carbon fiber and stuff. They're even lighter than that.
Yeah, I had one light frame from Schwinn. It was like a Schwinn Redline Frankenbike. And then I had a real heavy Diamondback. It was heavy as fuck, and it had like kick out, spiky ass pegs and shit on all four sides, or whatever,
Yeah,
four sides of each wheel. That was like a beast, but I got sick of that thing.
I had a Diamondback mountain bike, but yeah, that was me, man. Always on the mountain bike, always on the same jumps my BMX buddies were on.
Yeah, there's like a lot of mountain biking trails around here, and then there's up way up in the mountains. There's like the hardcore mountain bike people that are like, you ever see them in their GoPro? They're fucking flying down these rocky ass dirt mountains with all these trees everywhere and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks scary.
I say I got to get my stamina up a little bit better to be able to go up mountains and shit. But the bike I got's like fucking a nice one. It's one of those things. I'm like, I'm just gonna get like a nice one. Like it's got fucking disc brakes, which I guess is for like when you're going downhill, like where you got to ride the brake a long time, for the heat distribution and everything.
Yeah, I had them on my Schwinn.
And so what I was surprised with is like when you jam on them, it seems like they're a little slow to respond. Like I remember the old brakes, just a little like the paddles on the side of the rim or whatever. Like if you slam the
Yeah,
front brake, you could flip the back end of the bike up.
yeah,
On this, I did that. I just slammed just the front brakes. I'm like, I'm gonna do that, and I kind of like slowed to a stop, but then right near the end, it's like it just grabs and you can still do an endo, but you don't do it instantly. It kind of surprised me. I was like, oh shit, this brake's like not working very good, and then it jerked up. I was like, oh okay. I don't know why that is, but it like slows you down gradually, and then at slower speeds, it will stop it dead. But those old style, man, you could lock your tires up going full speed, just slam on the brakes and like, you know, skid down the road. I remember doing that just for the hell of it. See if you could keep it up. Go as fast because our street was like 2 blocks. Like there was a road that went down the middle, but there was a stop sign there, so you could see if a car was coming like across you. But you start at the other side of the street and then book ass as fast as you can, like cross 1 block. Then once you cross that street, slam on your brakes and try and leave like the longest skid mark you could. And we used to do that like all afternoon.
the good old days.
Oh yeah. nowadays there's
Instagram.
probably a fucking bike app on the phone. Kids just sit in the room
They're
playing
like,
on
look,
their
I'm riding
phone.
a bike.
Yeah, I feel like an old guy complaining about that shit, but seriously, man, I grew up on the street with like 10 or 12 kids, uh, like a couple of years within my age. Like there was a couple kids that were a year older, or maybe a couple of years older, and there was a few kids my age and a few kids like a year younger and a couple of years younger. But there was probably like 10 or 12 of us, and it was just every day you look out the door, look to the left, don't see anybody. Look to the right, oh, they're playing basketball. Go join them. Or you go out there, look to the left, oh, they're playing hockey. Go grab your rollerblades, go down there. It's like that's all we did. We just played on that street, and you never knew who would be there. Sometimes it's all of them, sometimes it's this group or that group or whatever. But we were just all friends. In the summer, you just walked in and out of people's houses to see who was home. And I think we were talking about Contra that one day. I don't remember if you were around, but it's like the first day that we beat Contra, it turned into a neighborhood event. Because me and my next door neighbor were playing, and we started doing good. His brother came down and was like, "Oh, you guys are doing pretty good." And then like someone else came over and they came down, and then it got to the point when we were near the end. We were on a level that no one had gotten to yet, and it's like the kid ran outside and was like, "Hey guys, they're about to," I'm like running into the house, especially when we were fighting that final boss. I'm like, I think this is the final one, because when you never know quite when the game ends, but it felt like it was coming to an end. Well, anyways, I'm gonna leave for a couple minutes, go find some food.
Right.
But hopefully this guy starts talking to you, man. What's the deal? You join the chat? You don't want to jump in? Yeah, I guess he's shy. I know I've talked to him before. I forget what his gun channel's name is though. I think he's one of those people that has different pictures than what the gun channel one is. I hate that. It's confusing name on all platforms, the same picture on all platforms. And I'm looking your direction, autoloader.
It's FT Ideas. Is that's a screen name?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Yeah, with the flag, the Gadsden flag.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe he's not around. But anyways, all right, I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right.
Gonna go hunting in the wild, see what I can scare up. I have returned.
Right on time.
So, you know how I was too lazy to cook dinner because I would have had to do some dishes first? I'm also too lazy to take all the stuff out of my work pants and like put them into my blue jeans. But I like my boots because they're more comfortable. So I just went out with fucking like tactical style boots and dress pants. Man, I fucking hate playing dress up for work. Sucks. So, does anyone know where I can find Rosetta Stone and I can learn Spanish in like 2 weeks? I had 2 years of Spanish in high school, but fuck if I remember any of that.
Why would you want to learn Spanish?
Because I'm about to be spending a month in Mexico.
They don't speak English.
Not like, from what I hear, not at the plant and not at the border and shit. And it's looking more and more like I'm going to be staying, like actually in Mexico at the hotel. Originally, the idea was to stay in San Diego and just drive across the border every day. But I'm going to be working 7 days a week, 12-hour shifts. And the drive, like, on its own without the border is 40 minutes. But you can add on, like, a half hour to an hour at the border each way. So that ends up adding, like, 3 to 4 hours to your drive, like, total, plus 12 hours of work. I don't know, man. That's like the definition of work, sleep, repeat. You get back to the hotel just long enough to sleep for a few hours, then you got to go back to work. But if I stay in Mexico, then the hotel's like, I don't know, 10 minutes from the plant.
What kind of plant is it?
Meth.
Nice.
Yeah.
Down at the old meth plant in Mexico.
They should be able to put you up in a nice hotel then.
Yeah. Well, I might not need to sleep if I just take some of the product while I'm there, you know?
Hey, Smeggy.
How's it going, Dano?
All right. I looked earlier. I saw you had started an early chat, and then I saw that it had ended. So, did you end it by accident, or?
No, it never started because no one had joined.
Oh, okay. Because it had like 3 hours and some minutes, and
Oh, really?
maybe I just didn't refresh at the right time. My screen. Maybe it's the one from yesterday.
Maybe I didn't. I thought maybe I didn't post it. I don't know.
Well, it says early lobby 6:27. Today's the 28th.
Today's the 28th, yeah.
Well, let me refresh my screen. Maybe it's just that.
That's why people aren't joining.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's today's is on there now, underneath Pink's. Let me see, I thought I put one up. Yeah, I was looking at YouTube there, and I have 25,000 minutes worth of videos watched.
You are pumping out so much content.
I know. or people are really just sitting here watching the lobbies. The average watch time, which makes sense because there is a lot of dead air sometimes.
Sometimes.
So,
Sometimes.
I mean,
sometimes.
lobby chats about every 20 minutes or so. There's a natural pause in the in every communication within a group of people that have gotten together to discuss the topics of the day.
I'm getting flashbacks, Dano. Next, you're going to tell me there's a rule of diminishing return.
Well,
that was around that same time.
Did you mention that? So, what town are you gracing this week? Or are you home?
I'm home for now. In fact, I should be home till I go to Mexico.
Mexico on vacation, I hope.
Nope.
Oh, don't know if I want to work there.
What I was just talking about. Yeah, it's I'm going to be there for a month working 7 days a week, 12-hour shifts.
That sucks. Now,
Fucking awesome.
well, it very much depends. It's as most people know, Mona, I know you know. Mexico is a country of extreme diversities.
Awesomeness. You got to go to the titty twister.
From beautiful and awesome to a living hell. And they can only be a block away from each other.
Mm. Yeah, this isn't a resort town. This is a blue-collar town.
And that's what I mean by, uh-oh.
You know where the titty twister is?
No, I don't know where that is.
It's in Mexico.
But because in what I'll call non-tourist towns, the businesses have less incentive to verify that things are safe than they do in a tourist area where they make money and you can never scare away the tourists.
Oh yeah, there's not going to be sightseeing. It's going to be work to hotel to back to work.
Well, I understand, but you may just be bored for an hour and want to go for a short walk. And that may be the last time we see the snowman.
Right.
Are you going to El Rey?
I don't remember. I can look it up here in a minute.
So how soon are you leaving?
A couple weeks.
Okay. I know. I would not be very happy about it. I can tell you that, and especially since with the rules of self-defense in Mexico being the way they are, I'd be even less happy.
You should become a contractor for your business and get a permit to carry a weapon.
You're a technician and security.
And so that sounds fun. Get a permit to carry.
I mean, because just generally speaking, how are you going? Just 2 people, a handful of people?
That's actually something I got to find out. But there's going to be 2 of us for one of the weeks, but I'm going to be the only one from my company for 3 of the weeks. I'm going a week early, then the other guy's joining me. He'll be there for a week, then he goes home, and I stay for 2 more weeks.
Have you done out-of-country work before?
Yeah.
In Mexico?
Yeah, I've been to Mexico before, but there were 3 of us from my company, and we all just kind of hung out together.
Right.
But I'm working for it. I mean, there's a lot
town?
of stuff going on down there. It's shutdown time, so
Yeah.
I'm thinking I can meet up with like the other workers that will be coming down from the other companies.
Yeah. If the U.S. contractors kind of stay in the same hotel, that will probably happen, and they'll make the hotel. Hopefully, there's a bar in the hotel.
Yeah, I've heard the one has a restaurant with good food, and pretty much you just eat there every night.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth if you can get your company to do it, to get you a nicer hotel, and by nicer I mean like one with a bar as well as one with a mini convenience store in it, so that you don't have to go down the block wandering with the locals. You know,
Yeah.
unless you by choice want to. I mean, if you want to, that's one thing, but you don't have to. I mean, hostage taking is a profession.
You got to go to the donkey shows and Instagram that shit.
I don't think that's going to be happening.
What? Again, more disappointment.
Listen, man, you can step in for me anytime you want if you want to go.
Nah, I don't want to fucking go to Mexico. What are you, crazy?
Yeah. Now, when you do have, you know, what I'll call, not, it's not like going into a war zone, but going into an area that has a higher than normal amount of crime, do you get hazard pay or some variation of, they'll call it something different, but they'll call it incentive pay?
No.
Because it's not like you're going to, you know, Peoria.
If you if you commit a gun crime in Mexico and make it back to the U.S., are you like good to go then?
I don't know.
Or does the U.S. hand you over to the Mexican government?
It looks like the closest town to this place is Tecate, which is right on the border.
Well, border towns, they're known to
Right
be
off of 2.
Is there such a thing as is that an oxymoron? A safe border town?
Yeah, I don't know.
On the Mexican side?
There's a 3-star hotel. Oh, and a 5-star hotel there. Huh.
What about escorts?
Boy, Moon's just going to town, isn't he?
Going to Mexico, might as well go all out.
I'll be right back.
Holy crap, man. Okay, so where's the 5-star hotel in this frickin' town? Ranchero Tecate Resort. $81.
Titty Twister was the bar in From Dusk Till Dawn.
Just because, like, I like them, but I don't want to eat more than. Because they are dirt cheap, so. I know, but I don't want. They're not.
I'll mute Dano so that we're not all listening in on him. Start a GoFundMe for Smeggy's ransom. Nice, man. Thanks.
Yeah, we got your back. If you get kidnapped.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I think Heavy B's my closest ally. He might have to come drive down and save me.
That's what you do. You drive around first, find like a spot nobody's at, throw your SPO1 over the fence, and when you get into Mexico, you go back and pick up your gun.
You know, I don't know what I'm more scared of. Illegally bringing a gun into Mexico or flying into San Diego first with it.
No, you got to do the fence thing again.
Yeah, but I mean, I need to take a plane to get to San Diego and then get a car and go down to Mexico.
Oh, well, you'll figure it out.
I think I'd feel safer having the gun in Mexico than in California from a getting caught legally standpoint.
You got to keister it. Say, oh, I got a broken hip, got a metal hip. Looks like CZ's finally shipping those
You son of a
convertibles.
bitch! fucking knew it.
Should you just
God
yell
damn
at
it.
your cat?
No, I yelled at McDonald's because I wanted fucking honey with my chicken nuggets. You know what I got? Fucking honey mustard. Fucking hate that. Honey mustard tastes like shit. Honey tastes amazing. What don't you understand about this?
You gotta check before you leave.
It was very...
I'm on McDonald's side with this. Honey's nasty on the chicken.
You gotta check your bag, you know, make
Yeah.
sure it's got what you want.
Whenever you go through any drive-through, you are more than likely to have your order screwed up. You got to check it. I don't care where you go.
Yeah, my girl's notorious for bringing home food and then looking through the bag and having to drive back.
Well, you know what, man? I checked to
Every
make
time.
sure, like, the majority of the food was good, you know? Like, I have the right stuff. But the sauce things were, you know, underneath everything. Like, sauce in there, I didn't really look.
Next time, just ask for both, and they won't fuck it up.
No, you know what I normally do, and I didn't do it this time. I normally will say, I want honey. Like, not honey mustard, but actual honey. Like, I make it a point to specify.
Say like Winnie the Pooh eats from a honey pot.
That's right, though. I had some honey at the
Honey
house.
bunches of oats.
Remember,
It's
these
okay.
people are doing all they can to make $15 an hour.
Beehive honey. They'll be like, yeah, honey mustard. And they'll put it in your bag anyway.
That'll be $15 to the pocket.
Shit. That's how much a meal costs nowadays at Burger King. The one that I like is like $9.80 or something.
What do you get?
I just get the A1 burger. Medium or large? I don't know. I can't stand the drink sizes. The large is like a bucket of soda. I don't need all that. But the A1 burger,
You don't want
some
a
good shit.
liter of cola?
No,
The diabetes special.
that should be outlawed.
Where's
All right, Bloomberg.
yeah, exactly. Where's Bloomberg when you need him?
I'm gonna be Bloomberg's little sidekick on that mission.
They do go crazy with the soda sizes, though.
Yeah, they're fucking.
Like suddenly, a
ridiculous.
small is what a large used to be.
Yeah,
Well, it's like their highest profit margin item, isn't it?
maybe.
So they attract you in with those large sizes.
I'm turned away by the large sizes. I'm like,
Yeah.
don't want it. I'll just get the sandwich.
I mean,
Screw
I just got
myself.
the
if I order
regular
drinks, I'll just
size.
ask for water.
I normally
Well, like,
don't
can
even
I
get a
get the-
drink.
The water combo, where it's like a $2 off my bill.
Well, and then when I ask for water, they give me this look like, oh, he knows where we make most of our money. He's trying to jip us.
Do you guys have those machines where it's every flavor out of one machine, and it's on a touch screen, and you go through the menu and pick what you want?
No.
And it has, like, I swear to God, there has to be 200 different combinations of
I've seen
Pepsi
one
and
like
Coke.
that. It was at a hospital.
And it all comes out of the same spigot, like, instantly. I don't
Yep.
think it's the same quality. It doesn't
Well,
taste
remember,
as good.
everything is artificial flavor. So you put in, 64 flavor packs, you can get variations of everything.
It's just not as good.
You know,
Like, I went and bought a real
Water.
Coke the other day, in a glass Coke from Mexico. It's made with real sugar. It tastes completely different. It's way better.
I wonder why Coke separated the products like that, with the U.S. making one type and Mexico making another.
Probably
Because they
the
need to
sugar's
sell
cheaper.
corn.
Yeah, there's
Well, our farmers have to sell corn, so they sell it to Coke.
corn syrup. Yuck. I don't even drink that much soda. Drink a lot of iced tea though.
I drink a lot of water,
I drink a lot of coffee, water, and iced tea.
and in the mornings, coffee.
I drink a coffee like any hour of the day.
Well, I'll drink it up till about now.
That's
Say
good.
my boss does that. He always has a coffee after dinner, like when we go out for work and stuff. And he doesn't. Sometimes it's not even coffee. It's like the, double espressos and shit. And I'm like, how do you sleep at night? He's like, oh, as soon as I get back to the hotel, I'm gonna knock out.
How old is he?
He's probably in his 40s.
So he's a young kid, huh?
Well, he's older than me.
He's a lot younger than me.
That dude's old as shit.
Thank you.
That guy's only 3 years older than me. A lot of people think I'm in my 20s. And I'm like, no, 37. But thank you for the compliment.
Say I think I'm in my 20s. For some reason in my brain, like if someone says something about the mid 90s, I'm like, yeah, that's like 10 years ago, right? Like 97 is 10 years ago in my brain.
Yeah, I understand you there.
It's not. 97 is fucking 19 years ago right now. Seriously? That's
The
insane.
2000s, like the 80s, the 90s, they're so easy to say, but who the fuck says the 2000s? The 2010s, the 10s. I guess in the 20s,
I appreciate
it'll
that.
be more.
We got to get to the we're in the teens right now.
Yeah, we got to get to like the 20s.
You have to say
Remember the 20s?
You have to say '05 and '06 and '07.
Yeah. Well, back in double aught, back in the day.
I remember in like '99 and 2000, I was actually asking coworkers. I said, so when we get to 01, are we just going to say '01 like our great grandparents did? And in my case, it was my grandparents.
I thought it was you.
No, nope, not
Are we
me.
going to say '01 like I used to when I was a kid?
And everybody looked at me like, what do you mean '08?
Yeah. Nah, kids these days, bunch of heathens. They say O when they mean zero.
Yeah. You mean 01? Because 01 just sounds goofy. It took basically 10 years till we stopped looking like morons with 01, 02, 03, 04.
Well, do you say 60 o'clock or do you say 6 o'clock? Or is the O like a letter anyway?
But that's in a word.
Yeah, you're right. What if your phone number is 555-6301? Do you say whatever I just said? Or do you
I
say
say 0.
Okay. Well, I only do that when I'm on the phone with like customer service, so they understand that I'm fucking saying a number 0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, well, hey, I can't judge. I do it. I have an SP01, right? It's not technically what it is. It's an SP01.
Yeah, we don't call it the 07 or the 09.
How about 007?
How about if you called it the OT7?
007. Double
Double.
out 7.
Well, 007 is O's.
Is it O's?
Yeah, he's ooh 7.
I thought he was
'Cause he's
Agent
good.
007.
I'm just joking. Yeah, it's zeros.
He's 007. They need to make an American version.
006.
They did. It's called Rambo.
Double out Buck.
No, it's called Jason Bourne.
Yeah, that's true. Jason Bourne is probably the best equivalent. And
Except he's got fucking amnesia, like 3 movies in a row.
now, are they coming out with another movie with him?
Yeah, it looks pretty good too. But you know it looks even better? Did you see the preview for Jack Reacher 2?
I didn't see Jack Reacher, the original.
You want to see the preview for it? I'll look it up.
I don't think. See, that's why I wish Netflix was better on movies than they are.
Netflix had Jack Reacher for a while.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, they'll roll it in, but then they'll roll it out before I was even aware of it.
Snooze you lose, buddy.
Yep.
Man, it's been 20 minutes already?
Why can't I ever just find the goddamn trailer? Find it on my phone all the time.
Where is the password for that?
Does anybody have a Ruger takedown
No.
or any experience?
No, I do not.
I can get one for I think $2.99 on sale.
Here we go. Watch that trailer.
Don't tell me what to watch, motherfucker.
Yeah. Jack ain't on Netflix no mo. That sucks. All right, well, let's all mute and let's go watch the
Is it over yet?
Mine was over.
I was watching the link from Z earlier. They fuck you at the drive-thru. Okay. They know you're gonna be miles away when you find out that they fucked you at the drive-thru.
Joe Pesci in Lethal Weapon 4.
I thought he was in 3, but yeah, it's a Lethal Weapon.
He was doing it a lot in the 4th.
That was a good preview.
Yeah.
Does Redbox still carry some movies like the original Jack Reacher?
I don't know. I don't go to Redbox a lot.
How does that work? Do you just sign up with a credit card like you do for Netflix, and you just have to physically go there and?
Yeah, basically.
I think you just pay each time, don't you?
Yeah,
like a
you
bank.
use your credit card there at the machine, and then you take your movie, and you have a certain amount of time to return it before they charge another day to your credit card. But if you return it, then they don't charge you anymore.
Is there a way to tell what movies your local Redbox has in the machine?
I think so. I think there's an app or there's a website that tells you if you put your zip code in, state and zip code or whatever.
Are you saying there's an app for that?
Yeah, it's either an app or a website or both.
Or both? Well, let's check out the apps. See if the App Store's happening.
Daniel's gonna start going to Redboxes right before they all get taken down.
Hey. I live in a small town. That's all we got. Don't take away our hope.
Yeah.
You could probably stream it off of Amazon if you wanted to do that.
Redbox. Yes, there is an app. Install that. Accept. Downloading.
Yeah, it only wants to
31
read all your contacts and your messages and access to your photos. And
Oh, sure.
I've seen those before. I forget what app it was. It was something stupid, and it wanted like access to all my shit. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I just want to see what the sports score was or some shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
But your only
You don't need to
option
know all that stuff.
is either yes or you can't use the app.
Exactly. Oh, you know what it was? I have a flashlight app on my phone, and I got it a long time ago. That's what it was. So it was just like a free app for turning your flash on, whatever.
The same one.
And then they updated it, and it tried to like auto update or whatever. And I was like, and then like the new update required all those new privacy things. So I'm lucky that I still have the old version. So I just didn't update because what the fuck special are you gonna put on a flashlight app that you need an update for? It turns the flash on and it lights up the room. Good enough for me. That's all it does.
Might be like something that doesn't drain your battery as much or something.
Yeah, maybe, but not to see my fucking contacts and my photos and my call log and all that shit. I'm not doing that for a flashlight.
It's
Fuck
gotta
you.
know. It's gotta know all that stuff and your location, so it knows what you're trying to find. It might help you. You could turn all that. You could turn the location off at least.
Yeah, I just did an update. I said, fuck it. Honestly, I don't even use it that much. I carry a flashlight around with me most of the time. It's just normally when I'm, like, at my house at night or something. I don't necessarily have a flashlight within arm's reach every time.
That's why I have 4 20mm flashlights. I have one in my bedroom, one in the family room, one in the entrance to my house, and then the one I keep in my car. Now this is an odd thing. To create an account, they want me to type, and they have one of those, you're not a robot things. but I'm trying to do it over my phone. It's so freaking small, I can't read it.
That's what a robot would say.
Well, I can read the last 4 letters, but the first 2, I have no idea what it is. Oh, and it doesn't like my password. Oh, it wants a special character. How about my middle finger
Yeah.
for a special character?
So you're having trouble interacting with current day technology?
Oh, I'm having trouble when they require all sorts of fucked up shit for your password. I mean, I have alphanumeric, 10 digits long, upper and lower case, but that's not good enough. We want a special character. Oh, it didn't like the CAPTCHA. Let's see if we can get something else I can't read. I think this one I can kind of read. Hey, it's
Yeah.
creating an account.
I talked to AIM today. They told me they're not doing anything with my order until Thursday.
That's very sad.
What's a Redbox Play Pass?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying
Like-
to figure out how to use this app so I can figure out what's at my local Redbox. Select a location. Okay, I'll do that. I don't live there. I live there. I think we'll see all. So what do you guys think of Deadpool? Worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
13 hours. Was that as good as... I heard it was good. What'd you guys think?
I thought it was great. I've already seen it like 10 times.
It was much shorter than advertised.
Was it like 90 minutes?
No, it just wasn't 13 hours.
Oh, ha ha ha.
God damn it.
But it was one of those weird kinds of good, where the action in it was super great, and then you kind of realize, wait, this actually fucking happened to people. And you feel a little awkward about, like, enjoying the action. And the main character gave, like, $100,000 to, like, anti-gun shit.
That's pretty shitty.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe they made a Kindergarten Cop 2. The first one sucked.
Really? I didn't know they
Yeah.
made one. When did that come out?
I don't know. I'm just looking. It's at Redbox. Must have been straight to video.
It was straight to video.
It's got a
What the
weird
fuck you mean,
cast.
Conan O'Brien? Just
Hmm?
talking shit.
Conan O'Brien's a piece of shit. I used to like him, and then he was talking a bunch of shit after the anti-gun piece of shit, basically.
Oh, well then fuck him. I'm glad he lost his fucking show.
Did he lose his show?
Well, I mean,
Who's-
off of NBC.
Yeah,
Who's
he got.
funny now, funny man?
Oh, who's their late night guy now?
I believe it's Jimmy Fallon.
Wait, you didn't know that he moved over to TBS? That was a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I
thought
think he still
yeah.
has the TBS show.
Yeah, I thought you
Yeah, he
guys.
still has the TBS show, but it's TBS, so no one fucking pays attention to it.
I bet you they're paying him more money than NBC did.
I don't think they are. He had basically he ran the what was it? The Late Show was David Letterman. The Tonight Show was The Chin, wasn't it?
With Jay Leno, yeah.
Yeah. So he was running the Tonight Show for like
A few
week.
months.
No, it was literally he had it for I think it's 2 weeks he had it, and then they were losing a ton of views because Conan was funny, but he just wasn't fucking Jay Leno's brand of safe humor that old people love funny. So
How
basically,
was Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation? Just action, nothing special.
Should I get an OD Green Vickers padded sling for the jack?
no, you should get an SOE sling for the jack.
Fuck SOE.
They're running a 25% off everything sale right now
Unless you call and complain, and then it's canceled.
with the code Deadpool.
How long is it going to take me to get the sling?
It depends. If you order something that's not custom, it'll be a week. Well, probably even less than a week, 'cause they ship them. If they have it, they ship it.
Why is
So-
it better than Blue Force?
Just because whatever.
No. Blue Force for life. So, OD Green or multicam?
Anyone catch Bone Tomahawk?
Yeah.
Never saw it. Is PBR in the chat?
Do you like it or no?
It was alright.
It's kind of a Western.
Wait,
Hey.
were you saying that non-ironically, Dano?
Well, I'm looking through what's at my local Redbox.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
he's saying it non-ironically.
Because that was a whole thing on the chat where PBR mentioned it, and then everyone watched it, and then they came back, were like, what the hell? What did we just watch?
Okay, I'm gonna reserve it. Adding it to my cart. Or someone's gonna ask me for a credit card in a moment. Okay, how do I check out? I really don't want to watch it on my phone. Go to checkout. Yes, $1.50. That's my kind of price. Payment type. Ah, here we go. Now I gotta go get my wallet. And bend over.
Apparently, the Planned Parenthood founders said we want to exterminate the black population.
Yeah. Margaret Sanger?
Yeah.
Yeah. She said pluck them from the ghettos like weeds.
What?
Yeah,
That can't be true.
it is
No,
true.
that's true.
Really? How long ago was that?
Margaret Sanger, back in the 20s, 30s maybe? I don't know. Whenever before she founded Planned Parenthood, She was like a pretty well-known eugenicist. And eugenics was kind of new back then, so it wasn't like
It wasn't racist yet?
there wasn't a moral. Yeah, there wasn't like it was kind of like the cool thing to do. Oh, let's build the perfect person. Let's build a super race.
Oh, where did my credit card go?
But yeah, and Planned Parenthood still exists, and it's still doing its job as intended.
Yeah, you know, exterminating all the black people.
Right? What's fucked up?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's such a small percentage of the shit they actually do, right?
It doesn't matter. It's still part of what they do. I mean, a company could be making like rainbows and teddy bears for like orphans of war-torn countries, but you know, on the side they like turn old people into Soylent Green.
I'm sure just
80% of it is them making like fluffy toys. Only
Yeah, and the other 20%, someone's
is
got to
Soylent
you got to
Green.
eat something.
just because you drop 200 condoms off at a high school, it doesn't mean that you did 200 more things than one abortion in the ghetto.
No, they give fucking like medical care and shit. It's not just handing out condoms. Low-income women can go get their girly bits checked out for really cheap.
That's true. They actually, don't they refer women to clinics that aren't affiliated specifically with
But
Planned
I don't
Parenthood?
know. I mean, I don't know a lot about them, but I know they do plenty of stuff more than just abortions. And even that, most of the clinics don't even like do abortions on site or anything either. They just do like whatever, and they like that one they might refer to different clinics and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure they all refer to like a private clinic.
Yeah, but the majority, like I said, the majority of stuff that like that location would do would be just like regular screenings, and you know they do like STD checks and shit like that
They
too.
do
Because-
reggae screenings.
Most health clinics don't like getting bombed. And yes, that's what happens when you get rid of guns in a gun-free zone. They use
Yeah,
bombs.
They use bombs. Which I'd argue bombs are a lot fucking worse than a dude with a gun.
Oh yeah,
So
there's no doubt about that.
Kind of like in airports.
they don't use bombs, they use fire.
Yeah, the worst mass killing ever was in Bath, Michigan, where the janitor went crazy and set a school on fire and locked all the doors. Although he might have had dynamite underneath the floor or something too.
Yeah, I think that was dynamite.
But it ended up catching the building on fire, which did most of the damage to the people inside.
It was like 1911 or something
It was like 1920s.
in 1920s.
They gotta fucking watch out for those janitors.
Oh, you know what? I was mixing up two stories together. The one I was thinking of, there was a nightclub, there was a rock band or something, and the dude set the thing on fire and chained all the doors shut.
Oh, where was that? Was that the
I don't
Happy
remember
Land?
what that was. That was more recent, but not. It wasn't as high of a count, but it was still bad.
It was 1987 Happy Land fire. There was a fire after that, but it was an accident, nightclub fire. The band's pyrotechnics just lit the stage up, and like everybody panicked and tried to get out in a herd, and they were all like found dead, jammed up in the doorways.
Oh, was that Detroit or New York?
One or the other, I don't know.
Yeah, I do remember
I think
that
it was
happening.
Sure, blame Detroit.
Detroit. There's that natural lull in the conversation.
About every 20 minutes. I got a weird question here on my payment information. It asks me my card nickname. I've never heard of that before.
Oh, okay. That's basically so you can identify which credit card you want to use easily. If you have multiple payment methods on that site.
Yeah, that's just for your personal reference. So you could say, you know, Dano's card or work card or one that I stole from Walmart.
Okay.
See you, Moon.
He's triggered.
he has a weird nickname for his credit card. He had to leave.
Yeah, he's like, fuck, they know about my credit card name, Butts.
This is the one I use for porn.
Okay. So.
It was funny. The other day I was having a conversation with a couple of my friends, and like, one of the dudes is Canadian and basically just doesn't know any better. But he was like, he basically for a long time was like, isn't Obama supposed, like, isn't he like the best president you guys had like in a long, long time? And I'm like, no, he's fucking shitty. Either way, moving on past
I
that
also
point.
changed the definition of best.
Moving on from that point, he was in like last night. He's like, so who the fuck is voting for Trump? He's like, because I actually want Trump to win. I feel like he'll be a lot of fun. Fuck Hillary, she's a cunt. He went on like a weird long tirade about how pretty much all of us are voting for Trump, except for him because he's still Canadian and isn't allowed to.
So when I go to a Redbox, how is it going to confirm that it's me that's already paid for this movie?
They'll ask you to punch in your account code, like your email and password, and they'll be like, "Oh, hi, Dano."
I got to
Here's
remember
this
my
movie.
password.
Yeah, you gotta remember your password. Or sometimes it's, or I think it's your phone number. I can't remember which one because I don't ever use Redbox. I'll just fucking go buy a movie. I'd rather not leave my house, and I would just rather buy a movie. Apparently, whatever his name is, Dead Horse is saying you just swipe your credit card. Also,
Oh.
Dead Horse, how much money were you wanting to spend on the Optic, and was it a 1 to 4 or 1 to 16?
Is he going to give us a demo of putting in the pin to the bolt catch tonight? Now that I've already reserved this movie?
What do you need to know how to put the bolt catch pin in?
Well,
Just tap it in.
well, no, it's not a matter of just tapping in. It's a matter of how to secure the lower while you're hammering it, other than between your legs and squeezing hard.
Do you have a chair? A wooden chair?
Yes.
Okay, you sit in the wooden chair, you put the lower in between your legs, and you use a, what the fuck is it? A plier to like hold the little thing, and then you just tap it with your little hammer.
Well, I mean, I have a
Until it-
specialty pin
until it goes
starter
in far
and
enough.
pin driver.
Okay, then you just do that, and you just hold it really well with your legs and the wooden chair.
But each tap is either going to put stress either on the ears of one of the takedown pins or put stress on the magazine well, or both.
I mean, you're talking about the little, like, dingly-do on the side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's more than sturdy enough. You're not gonna fucking hurt any. Wow, I said that like a redneck. You're not gonna hurt anything at all by like tapping away on it. Especially with something already in there, so it's not. You're not gonna break an ear. You're not gonna bend anything. It's all good.
All right. Well, I'm going to step out because I got to go walk to the store. It's only like 3 blocks from me. Time to go to the Red Box.
All All right, this chat might not be around when you come back though, because we're gonna be starting up hit or miss in
All right,
20 minutes.
you guys got a topic tonight, or
I'm sure they do. I never do my homework, so I
you
have no
just
idea.
show up, you be there, and it's all up to Night Strike to do all the hard work?
Well, I don't think he does any hard work either. We just talk
Oh.
about whatever the hell we feel like.
Oh, it's really like a lobby that you're in control of.
I think we're a little more organized than a lobby, but yeah.
Night Strike
I mean-
Smash?
If nobody does any,
You know, I used to care more. No, I shouldn't say that. It's not that I don't care. I used to prepare more, and recently I just haven't.
You used
Oh,
to prepare more until you took a bell to the face? Or
I
a
mean,
belt?
I took a bell to the face.
I do understand because it creates people who don't host chats and only participate in chats don't know how much work it is pre-chat work to do a topic chat as a host. I mean, if you're going to do one that actually has some meat on the bone, so to speak, and try to organize all the cats in a bag fighting with each other.
Right.
I'm right. No, I'm right. I'm right. No, I'm right.
I mean, it's not too difficult.
Oh, really, Flippy? And this is from how many chats have you hosted that were a topic chat
A
specifically?
bunch.
How many was that
A
again?
lot. Like, I probably have about 50 or 60 of them under my belt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
They're probably just not gun chats though, eh?
No,
No,
they're
they're
all
board
video game
chats.
chats.
No, and then he types in, okay, do this.
Nah, like, it's fairly easy. You just gotta basically be a whip. You set your talking points for the night, and then you have a timer. And then when you feel like that talking point is winding down or you pushed it too long, you just fucking segue into the next topic.
I used to do topic chats before either one of you were in gun channels.
Okay?
And I'm telling you that if you want to actually make it something where people can learn things, and people who already know things can add to the conversation, it takes a lot of as a bare minimum. If you're going to do an hour show, it takes about an hour prep minimum. And obviously, if you want to up your game, then it takes more time.
Yeah, that's just not my style.
So yeah, and I can understand that. I mean, it's hard to do that. That's what I'm trying to say. Week after week after week after month after month after month, and after a while, you feel like, well, what's left that hasn't been talked about? I mean, other than current events, and that's what I mean by it's hard. It's not easy. So anyway, I'm off to the red box. See you guys later.
Ideo. Yeah, this is always the problem I run into with things under 150. That's going to be actually difficult. It's going to be difficult, but it can be done. I start looking for things for people to buy, and then as I'm looking at them, I'm like, I could probably use one of these two.
So, what are we looking at? Under 150 a scope? Is that what that horse is looking for?
Yeah, we'll find him a Leopold for what he's asking for.
I have a Nikon scope that I think was around that price. I don't really remember exactly, but it was like 100 something.
Oh, what were you saying? I like zoned out for a bit.
I don't know.
Cool.
I didn't hear about that. Magpul's getting sued for their M-Lock design?
That's what? Magpul invented M-Lock. They were suing others.
Oh, they're suing others. Okay.
I mean, the last time I heard they were suing other people. If they're being sued now, I find that hilarious.
No, ongoing patent suit by Magpul over alleged infringement. Okay. So, yeah, I guess they're suing others.
Yeah, they're kind of motherfuckers about that entire thing. Like, the situation behind it was they were like, we made this technology. We want all you people to like figure out how to use it and like do your own thing with it. And then like after about a year of companies making stuff for it, they then like shut the book and they're like, nope, no one's allowed to make anything for it anymore. Only us. It's all completely us. We're gonna start suing everyone who is still doing it.
Yeah. Well, apparently the court date's set for June of 2017. So, it'll be a while.
That's
Oh, we just
actually not a bad price. I think I should buy one for myself. It's like $230 for a Leopold AR scope. No, I can't. I need to finish that rifle before Hitler tries to take it away. But stay safe.
All right, yeah, I think I'm gonna shut this one down so I can jump into the hit or miss link and get a game plan. So I'll see all you guys later.
Later. If you have space, I'll hop into the show.